All right. Last one, last video for the day. We'll start here. F of x equals 3 minus 2x over 6. Okay, so the function f, what does the function f do? It takes the input, it multiplies it by -2. Okay, notice I didn't say subtract. It multiplies the input by -2. It adds 3, and then it divides by 6. So I'm going to need a multiplication of 6, a subtraction of 3, and a division of -2 in my inverse, because that would be all of the inverses of these operations. So f of x, first step, we replace that with a y. And then after that, we change the y to an x, and we change the x to a y. We solve for y. Remember, we're using the inverse order of operations here. Okay? So where is the variable? The variable is here. It's in the numerator of a fraction. Okay? The numerator, when the variable is in a fraction, it's almost as if this is inside the parentheses. Okay? We can't do anything here until we figure out what to do with this, right? So inside the parentheses, they weren't there from the beginning, but the numerator's untouchable until I get rid of this whole fraction. So the first thing I'm going to do is multiply both sides by 6. So I have 6x equals 3 minus 2y, right? And then after that, so I've undone the multiplication and division. Now, the parentheses that I had around this in the front, there's nothing else with it, okay? So I don't need these. Now I need to get rid of any subtraction or addition. We're not adding 2 here. This is -2 times x. So we need to get rid of the 3. We're going to subtract 3 from both sides. So we have 6x minus 3 equals, there's still a -2 here. I got rid of a positive 3, the -2y remains. And then the last thing I do is divide by -2. So I get y equals 6x minus 3 over -2. This could look a bunch of different ways. I'm okay with this, okay? But when you can put the negative sign here, that would be the same thing. Here's the other curveball that we could add, okay? But before we get too crazy, I want you to understand, this is fine. Math Excel, maybe not. They might not like that, okay? So they may want the negative sign. You can have a negative sign in the denominator, or you can move it right in front. Or you could take that negative sign and move it to the top. But if you move it to the top, we're taking the opposite of everything. So that would be a -6x and a positive 3 over 2. Okay? So this is the same as this, where we're taking the opposite of the numerator. But again, that is the exact same thing as just having this down here. These are the exact same answers. So I'm okay with this. Math Excel may want something like that, just so you know. Right? And then the last step is to change that y to an inverse function. So do we have all the things we said? This is division by 6. We have multiplication by 6. This is addition by 3. We have subtraction by 3. This is multiplication by -2. We have division by -2. So all of the operations that were here in the original function have been inverted or undone down here. All right? That's it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.